What up? What up? Yes, we got another recap. This is the week 2 best ball recap. You guys already know we have 3,600 teams in this tournament. And yeah, we're going to shout out the top 72 teams from week 2. That is 2% of this big tournament. Here we go. All right. Yes. The number 72 team from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, we got Drummond's 427 and 11. 427.11. Okay. So that was the cutoff. Me and Crispy, shout out to Crispy. Make sure you guys are commenting as well. Shouting out Crispy. Let me know who is watching as well. I want to continue doing these recaps, but I want to make sure that people are paying attention. Comment, like, subscribe. So 427 was the threshold for this, but me and Crispy, we broke down all the managers who were 420 and up. There's like 125 people who got over 420 points. So it was a very high scoring week. So number 72 was, yes, Drummond's out of the Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Number 71, Reed Go One from the Warriors division. Matt Muas from the Halloween division. Oh, I spelled Halloween wrong. Yeah, he's number 70. Brown, who's on this list a few times he's number 69.
69 dudes
from the Clerks division. Crispy on the list, and number 68 out of the Rudy division. Magic 34, Magic Man Ricky coming in at 67 in the Above the Rim division. We're still at all the teams at 428 and 429. We haven't even got to 430 yet. And Toyota 1 out of the Airheads division, number 66. Yes, 429 and some change. MN Digger, 429 and some change out of the Rocky 2 division. Now, here we go. The number 64 team, K2 Pinson, out of the 85 Bears division, 430. Yes. And then back-to-back K2 Pinson teams, both with 430. And this one's out of the You Don't Know Bo division. Silky Johnson cracks the list with 430 and some change out of the Big Daddy division. Pap Nation out of the American Pie division at number 61. Yes, that is 430.83. And now we move on to the next ones here. The next 12 we got. Ghost Monkey, number 60 out of the AFC division, 431. Brown 11 out of the Mortal Kombat division. Yes.
Test your might. Test your might.
We got Jerry Swallows out of the Space Jam division, 431 and some change. He is number 58. Underdog, 431 and some change out of the Drop Dead Fred division, number 57. Boondocks, 432 and some change out of the League division, number 6. Yes, taking it all the way back to when we were drafted in March. He was ranked 56. Met Skins, 432 and some change out of the Friday division. Crispy, a repeat offender out of the Silence of the Lamb divisions, 432 and some change. T. Swain, also 432 and some change out of their Something About Mary division. He is ranked 53. Hawk Fan 1212, 432 and some change out of the Saving Silverman division, ranked 52. The Rookie 024, 432 and some change out of the Man in the Iron Mask division. Crispy out of the Boy Meets World division, number 16, taking it all the way back to our March drafts. Yes, ranked number 50 this week. John Rowe, 433 and some change, number 49 on the week. And this is out of the Catholics versus the Convicts division. Yes, the 30 for 30 series. And here we go. Number 48, John Rowe, also out of the Catholics versus Convicts division, 433 and some change. Zip Him Up Darren out of the Rush Hour 3 division, 433 and some change. R. Zim, yes, Robert Zim, 434 and some change out of the Armageddon division. J.S. Myers out of the Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me division, 434 and some change. Toyota 1 out of Twister division. He's ranked 44 with 434 and some change. K2 Pinson, repeat offender, ranked 43, 434 and some change. Cali Jam out of the Can't Hardly Wait division. Yes, 434 and some change. YNW Schmelly, what up? Out of the Creed division, 434 and some change. Here we go. JS Myers, repeat offender, 435 and some change out of the Rush Hour 2 division. If you guys are listening to this in podcast form, I'm just saying, for whatever and some change because it's easier. If you guys get to YouTube, though, I have all the graphics up on the screen with the division, with the rank, and with the exact points. Rank 39 out of the Above the Rim division, Laylo Lyle, 436 and some change. Ryan Hawks out of the Rocky 3 division, 436 and some change. And Brucus ranked 37 out of the Goldeneye division, 236 and some change. Here we go. Throw some guesses in the comments. What do you think is going to be the highest score? You see it going up and up where I'm barely at 36 left to go. And the Godfather division, it's the Satelliter, 437 and some change, ranked 36. Crispy out of the Full House division. This one is very fitting because Crispy would be doing the opposite of Full House. He would be leaving the Full House and he'd be gone. He'd be out of there. 438 and some change. TJ, very impressive out of the number 1 division, the Avengers division. This draft happened in the middle of March 12th, and 438 and some change, cracking the top 34. K2 Pinson, repeat offender, out of the Surf Ninjas division, 438 and some change. Mark Madness, oh man, he had a couple teams on last week. He's got a couple teams on this week. Out of the Happy Gilmore division, 439 and some change, 32 ranked. Lassie Long out of the Next Friday division, 31 ranked, 439 and some change. And with the exact same score, 439.93, Gronky Kong out of the Pulp Fiction division, very impressive as well. The number 2 division that we drafted all the way back on March 13th. Cali Jam out of the American Pie 2. We've got into the 20s now, ranked 29, 440 and some change. K2 Pinson on again. This one out of the Three Ninjas division, ranked 28th, 440 and some change. K2 Pinson again, back to back, 440 and some change out of the Varsity Blues division. That was another one that we drafted very early, division number 25. The earlier the number of the division, the earlier we drafted. So number 1 got drafted on March 12th, and the ones that are like 300 and the last couple ones, we drafted those on September 4th, the very first day of the season, just for reference. And number 26, Sarah Bear, 441 out of the Coach Carter division. And Magic Man Ricky, repeat offender, 441 and some change out of the Rush Hour division. Yes. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Brown at rank 24 out of the Remember the Titans division, 443 and 27. Yeah, 443 and some change. It's way easier to do that. And Armani out of the Lord's Dogtown, ranked 23, 443 and some change. J.S. Myers, ranked 22 out of the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 443 and some change. Pap Nation out of the South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, 444 and some change. We're getting high in the scores, man. And Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo. It is M.N. Digger, 445 and some change. T. Mill out of the Mighty Ducks division. I spelled Mighty Ducks wrong. Out of the Mighty Ducks division, 445 and some change. And let's see. Poker Guts out of the Mask of Zorro division, 445 and some change, ranked number 18. We're getting close. We're getting close. Beyond Beyondo. Yes, number 17 ranked out of the 113 Lethal Weapon 2 division, 446 and some change. K2 Pinson again on the list here out of the Negotiator division, number 16 ranked, 447 and some change. T. Swain out of the Twister division. We had Toyota 1 on this list out of the same division a little earlier, 448 and some change, ranked number 15. Now, top 14 out of the Jurassic Park 3 division, Eng Player 11, 450 and some change. And yours truly, yes, I made it. I cracked the top 13 out of the American Beauty division, 4 457 and some change, but that was still not good enough to crack the top 12 for this week. Let's get into it. The real superstars of week 2, and it starts with MN Digger out of well, you know what? I totally messed that up because I'm just looking right now. I should actually be at number 9. So you know what? We're gonna take that back. At number 13, it is, and let me see. I might have messed that up. I guess I didn't triple check. 450. Let's see. No, okay. So that was the only one. So I only screwed over myself and made myself lower. So we're gonna redo that. At number 13, we have MN Digger out of the Beetlejuice division, 451 and some change. Armani, ranked 12, 120. The Rocky 4 division, that's number 124, 452 and some change. D Lincoln out of the Sandlot division, top 11, 453 and some change. Brown again hitting the list at number 10 and 455 and some change. And then yours truly at number 9, 457 and some change. Yes. And the top 8, Crispy is hitting it out of the Star Wars The Force Awakens division, 458 and some change. T-Mill, a repeat offender, 463 and some change out of the Replacements division. He will survive. Hey. And let's see, we got our man Evan at number 6. That's EV 253 out of the Wire division. Number 32, we're taking it all the way back, 467 and some change. Toyota One cracking the top 5 with 475. You got the juice now, bro, out of the Juice division. Brown, repeat offender out of the Hateful Eight division, 476.10. T Swain out of the Back to the Future 3 division, ranked number 3, 476.19. Armani coming in number 2 with 480 points out of the Bullies of Baltimore. That's a high score, man. And our highest score of the week, within 1 point of 500 points, it's our man TJ. Let's give him some TJ horns for that. 499.78 points. Man, what a week. What a week. So just check 2 things. Number 1, the number 79 division was drafted on May 17th, so months and months ago. And there was some score change. It was 496.78 after the fact, so I'm not sure what happened, but he ended up losing 3 points with a stat correction. But here's some of the people that's on his squad that helped lead to this crazy score. Jared Goff, A-Chain, Bucky, Adunze, Wandale Robinson, Tucker Kraft, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Tootin, Trevor Lawrence, Henley, Makuba, Jordan Brooks, Bradley Chubb, Jeremy Chin. And guys who didn't even crack the roster, Rashad White, Ridley. That's really all as of note. But man, TJ, whoo!
Ain't nobody got time for that. You bastard!
Whoop-de-doo. What does it all mean, Basil?
Killed it, bro. Killed it. And don't forget, guys, leave some comments in here. Look at this. I even made sure we got a few people to shout out. So K2 had a handful of teams in here, 7 to be exact. Brown had 5 teams. Crispy had 5 teams. Armani had 4 teams. T Swain had 4. MN Digger had 3. The TJ had 2. Lay Low had 2. We also have Magic Man Ricky, who was on there twice. And sorry, Toyota One. I know he had a few teams on there. I thought I'd double check this, but man, you know how it goes. But yeah, so shout out to those peeps for being multiple offenders on the top 2% list. And comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you leave multiple comments. Spam the comments, guys. Let's get as many going as we can. And we'll see you for week 3.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure
They remember
forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the